Hi guys, this is part two of the catch-up series, and in this segment we're gonna be doing spoiler movies and TV shows, and I'm gonna go each and every movie one by one. Gonna talk about the story, the characters, and then overall. I don't think I'm gonna dive deep into it, or else we're gonna be staying here for an hour, I think. But let's see. Let's go. Okay, first up is Scream 5. The story is simple. You have a killer called Ghostface, and he goes around, kills people with a purpose. Some, I guess the purpose of his killings is somebody wronged him or something in the past, or jealousy or whatnot, and end up they get killed by him, and he picks, and I guess all the people that he killed is connected to the past somehow. And in this movie, it was really smart and cunning and intelligent how they go about it with comedic relief, serious tone for the killings, and just overall mood of the movie. And it just feels really. Sometimes it feels fine, okay, and then some parts feels kind of weird. But then when I start to watch the beginning, it kind of feels weird to me because I haven't seen the older Scream movies. But when it continues and continues and gets ahead with the story, it gets better for me. The characters. Um, I like most of the characters. The legacy character, the sheriff, he was really cool, but he died in the middle of the film, which I'm kind of sad about. I want to see more of him. And the two ladies, they were awesome. The I could tell you the end credit, the ending, the third half of the movie was really good. How they executed, like the killings, the avoidness, the action, and all that was great. Um, the main characters, I guess I'm fine with them. Some of them are, I guess, a little bit annoying, while others are pretty, um, how what should I call it? Pretty intriguing. And the only thing I tell you right now is the characters are unpredictable in this film. Like I cannot predict who is the killer. Maybe I could predict who's the killer in like this kind of the second half of the film, but I cannot predict like I thought the killer was working by themselves, but it ends up that two people are working as the killer. So I was surprised by that. And there were some shocking turns of events, twists and turns. And if I were to say what's the best part of the movie, I already told you it's the third half where we figure out who the killer was and they do all these jokes and, you know, bring back the movie franchise and all that, and they start killing each other and have this action. I wouldn't call it action sequence. I call it running away sequence or a defending yourself sequence, and it's fun. The middle was getting better and better and better, but the beginning was a little bit like um, I wouldn't call it weird, but I call it like a little bit. I'm getting the groove of things before it gets better and better. So yeah, I'll still stick with the 8 out of 10 for Scream 5. Next is Belle, Japanese animation. This movie I recommend all of you to go see. Um, yeah, watch the other video before you watch this video. This video is spoilers, by the way. Um, Belle is it's a heartfelt. The story driven aspect is like you're going on an adventure with AI technology, and the concept is really unique for Belle. But of course, it resembles Beauty and the Beast a little bit. But in the most part, it was the concept was the concept had a variation, and it was a fun variation, and I liked it. Um, what can I say about it? The story is about a girl, and it deals with a lot of things, which I cannot think of the top of my head, but it deals with I think it deals with abuse. Um, what else? Loneliness, trying to stand out, trying to convey your feelings to others, trying to ask for help, uh, trying to reach out to people. It's like that, and I kind of relate to it, and I really liked how they did it, did those issues, and it turned out really well, and I end up liking the whole film at the end. Like there, I feel like there was no part that I did not like or I did not like um, get out of the movie. So I would still give this one a 9 out of 10. The characters are really likable. You'll like the girl, you'll like the guy, you'll like everybody in it. They are amazing. The animation style, the art style is absolutely stunning. The person who draws this is really creative. And yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Scream 5 uh the sets. Yeah, the sets are okay, but Belle's really good. And I'll still give it a 9 out of 10. Ghostbusters Afterlife. This movie surprised me. It was one of the most uh on my list anticipated, but I didn't go to the movie theater to watch it on November. I guess it was because of the whole I guess I was too lazy to go to the theater at that time, but then I rented it in Redbox and watched it, and this film deserves a 9 out of 10. The story is just a group of students finding Ghostbusters gear, and it's like, I guess it's like a world bending movie that takes place after the old Ghostbusters, and it sums it up and concludes it really nicely at the end. It's like I guess, a trilogy thing, but I cannot say much because I did not remember the Ghostbusters 1 and 2. So, but it's pretty nice. The scenes that I like the most are the ending scenes where they were fighting the monsters and the legacy characters came back, and that felt so heartwarming, and I felt touched by it, even though I don't remember the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 movies. The middle was interesting as well. They had like these cool gadgets that I was like, oh man, I want to use these gadgets. Like these gadgets are like, you know, you just feel like a kid and you want to hold them. And the cars as well. And like traps and all those things are really cool. Um yeah, and that's mostly the story. And then the characters, really interesting. We have a kid, intelligent kid. Um we have the brother who can drive. I guess he does most of the things besides being smart. And then we have the female character, and we also have the computer tech character, and then we have Paul Rudd, which is the professor, and the mom, and the legacy characters. And they were all likable. They were all, you can get along with them somehow during their personalities traits, and it's pretty interesting to see that. And yeah, I would give that 9 out of 10. Oh yes, we're moving on to the TV shows. All of Us Are Dead. This is a Korean drama zombies, Korean drama zombies show from Netflix. I was really excited for this show when I first heard it. When I first heard it's coming out, I was like, man, we're getting another zombies Korean drama. And I was so hyped. I kept watching the trailer so many times, and I was really like, I was like really pumped up about the action, running away from zombies, how they're gonna set up the traps to like lure the zombies, how they're gonna do, like how they're gonna escape, and who's like the villain, and like how they're gonna tie it all up at the end and make it cohesive, fun, and thrilling. That's all I that's all I was picturing myself when I watch when I see all of us are dead, and can't wait to watch it. And here we are. I finished watching it. I gotta say, I was a little bit disappointed. The reason why, let's go over the story first. The story is that a group of kids is at school, and they're trying to, and I guess they're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse because the professor invented um, this cure um, to save his son from getting bullied. So he turned his son into a zombie because he saw his son is getting bullied all the time. So then he had to do something, and then I guess his son bites his wife, and then they both turn to zombie, and then everything goes wrong for him. And I guess the whole cause of the zombie apocalypse is one rat or mice, a white mice, a white rat. And that's the cause of the whole zombie apocalypse, because one girl went into the lab and she got bitten, and then everybody starts getting bitten, and then everything starts going crazy. So then, yeah, after that, it starts getting hectic, and then everybody's running, and that's how we start the zombie apocalypse. Um, the story is a hit or miss for me. For one, the students, they do have some good parts where they're making, like, where they're trying to figure out how to escape this school, and trying to set up traps or make some clever things. And then there's some parts where it's so slow. Like there are some dialogue parts where they're just standing there and they talk to each other, and they're staring at each other, and it's kind of prolonged the whole Korean drama. It kind of got me out of it because, yeah, I wanted to see them do something like make traps or something, but there's some parts that are just like, oh my god, like it was it was, you're staring at them staring at each other, and just dialogue, and them freaking out, and they're like, what the hell am I gonna do, or I'm lost. That I know students get anxiety and stuff when they don't know what to do, and they feel the tension and everything. But like there's parts of the film where it could be cut out, like like the standing and staring at each other and talking to each other dialogue. Like you don't need to prolong that a lot to build up tension. And the thing that got me out of this film, I wanted the villain to be really good. Gunam, he's interesting. He is unique as a villain, but then the reason it got me out and this villain was like a little bit mad to me is because like he never dies. Like his only purpose is to go and kill Chang Sung because Chang Sung stabbed his eye and left him for dead, and also record him trying to kill the counselor and do something, and that's his purpose, was to go kill Chang Sung, and that's it. And I'm like, what? And then that's his whole purpose of the whole Korean drama. He just wants to go kill Chang Sung. That's all. He gets his purpose when he takes Chang Sung's eye and eats him and kills him. That's it. And he dies at the end, and I was like, okay, okay. I didn't really want to say anything, but Gunam is too much for a villain. He's too much. Next up, we have the firefighters section. Their section is okay. There's one part I am kind of on, which is like the firefighter guy. He survived, and I guess there was one scene where he's getting shot by a bunch of cops with a bunch of bullets, and it missed him, and it just grazed his shoulder, and I was like, oh wow. That's what I had to say about that scene. And then he falls down the river, and then I was like, wow, okay. And then he dies at the end, which is, I guess, is kind of, I don't want to say hard. I didn't feel anything, but yeah, the firefighter section was okay. The student section, the one I just talked about the students, they're meh and still okay. And then let's see, the government sections is kind of eh to me. It's kind of like they need more improvements for the government one. Um, and the police one, it was pretty entertaining at first, but like the only goal for the police for that guy, he was supposed to find a research and like, you know, give it to the government, and that was his purpose. And his purpose was important, yes, because you need the research in order to know what the zombies DNA and all that is. But along the way, he messed up and sometimes, you know, do some ass stuff. And then the YouTuber, uh, I don't know, the character for the YouTuber, I feel like he shouldn't be in there because like, he should know not to be there and in the zombie apocalypse and get views because he was about to die. So I'm like, why is he there? What's the point of him there? So the YouTuber was a eh, and then the police was a meh, the students was a okay meh, and then the firefighters was okay. Now we're gonna go with the characters. Chang Sun, he's good at parts, and then some parts he's eh. No, he's meh. And then oh my god, I can't even think on the top of my head about the characters. Like the characters, they're likable at times. Like I cheer for them, like Chang Sung, the girl, the student council president, and the other guy. I forgot the other guy's name. Uh, the four main characters that you see: the Chang Sung, his uh, the best friend, his love interest, and student council president. Those four, they're pretty likable, and and all the other characters, they were okay. Um, I guess, and oh yeah, the girl with the arrow was really good. I like the girl with the arrow too. She was entertaining. And when Chang Sung died, I was like, I didn't feel anything at first, but then I'm like, oh wow. I was like, you know, okay. But I know that he's the main character and they might bring him back. So I'm not that worried about him. And when Gunam died, I was like, finally. I was like, he's dead. Because I'm like, when is he gonna die? Like he never dies. He falls off a 4-story, 5-story building 2 times, and then he gets like bitten and punched and pushed a couple of times, and he never dies. So then I'm like, finally. Uh, if I were to explain the ending was like they're setting up for a second season. I kind of know it. because the student council president, she turned into a zombie, which I forgot to tell you in the beginning. Uh, she's not a zombie per se, but she's like a hybrid for the student council president. And I do like hybrid zombies. They are really interesting and really you could do a lot of stuff with them. But Gunam was too much. Student council president, she's fine. And the other girl, the girl that got bullied, and the other guy, I was not interested in their backstory because it kept repeating, saying they got bullied and stuff. And I get it, but they were not even connected to the main storyline. They were just there because they got bullied, and I guess it's kind of connected to the main storyline. There's so much sub stories that it's getting, oh my god, a lot that you cannot process in your mind. And that I guess is connected to the main story because of like the government's trying to find like a cure for this, and like I guess they just learned about hybrid zombies, and yeah. And yeah, I did not really care for those characters. The guy that got bullied and the girl that got bullied, because they keep repeating the same scene. If they didn't repeat the same scene, and if they're like connected somehow, then maybe I'll feel for them. But they keep repeating it, and I'm like, okay, I had enough. Move on to the main one. But overall, I think it's a 7 out of 10 because I guess the school, the area, it was the school was big and huge, and it was really clear, and it had atmospheric effect, and it was pretty fun for them to film at that set. And the zombies were well acted, well choreographed. They looked like real zombies. They crawl on the ground. They were like doing these shattering bones things, and it was amazing. Give props to the choreograph, the sound effects. Everything was amazing to give this eerie feeling of zombie apocalypse in a school with students. And at least the students are likable. Most of them. Some of them I didn't really care about. But overall, it's a 7 out of 10. I recommend you guys give it a shot. All of Us Are Dead is in Netflix right now. If you want to watch Screen 5, Belle, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, you can watch it in theaters still because I hear they're still filming it, or you can rent it. Belle and Scream 5, you have to watch it in theater before it's too late. Especially Belle. Watch Belle. And let's see. And oh yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm gonna discuss the spoilers right now. Spider-Man No Way Home. Go and see that. That is amazing. It wraps up the Peter Parker, Tom Holland Spider-Man wonderfully, and it left off right after Far From Home, and it's the best trilogy last movie. And the story is really simple. The story is like Tom Holland. He after the second movie, he tries to clear his name because everybody knows that he's Peter Parker because Mysterio posted a video of uh, himself telling that Peter Parker is Spider Man. So everybody knows that he's Spider Man, and Peter Parker just wants to clear his name and let his friends live a normal life and get into the university they wanted, and um, just like have fun. And then Doctor Strange of Daredevil went into this film really clever. He's just there to consult them as a lawyer, and he defended them with the brick catch, and that was wonderful. I wish they could continue more Daredevil series in Disney Plus or Hulu. Maybe it's Hulu. And then after that, Doctor Strange, he was in the film for the first half and the third half. He did his job. He was very interesting and he fits perfectly smoothly in the movie. Um, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Peter Parker, MJ, and Ned, they were awesome. They were joined for the ride, and yeah, they were in for the ride. And I love all the enemies in this film: Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, Lizard Man, Electro, Sandman. Man, there's a lot of good villains here, and they managed to add all of them up, and it was amazing. And then on the cherry on top, we have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and the way they get together at the end was heartwarming. It was emotional, had a lot of impact. It was like the Avengers Endgame ending, but Spider-Man, and yeah, it was awesome. They at least they get to fight all the enemies of the Sinister Six, except for Mysterio. He Mysterio is in the last movie, and Vulture's in the last movie, Homecoming. But yeah, they were fighting, and it was awesome. And yeah, the end credit scene had Venom. In the future, I want them to include Venom in because I like Venom. I like the two Venom movies actually. So yeah, and see more Venom, see more Avengers action, and yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. I give it a 9. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a really awesome movie that I have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's perfect in every way to me. I enjoyed the hell out of that 2 hours. And of course, it's sad that Aunt May died, but they had to connect the stories somehow because all the Spider-Man's uncles were dead, and Andrew Garfield, his girlfriend, died. Not Andrew Garfield, but Peter Parker's Andrew Garfield. Gwen Stacy died, so they had to connect the emotional impact somehow, and that's the perfect way to connect it. Woo! Yeah, 10 out of 10. No Way Home is a 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, Sing 2. Sing 2, I'm gonna actually I love Sing 2. I had to the beginning was I'm getting the groove of it in the beginning. I was getting like I was seeing how it turns out and how it pans out and how it continues in the story because I haven't watched Sing 1. I just went to Sing 2 watch. That was my first Sing. I haven't watched Sing 1, so I just got into Sing 2 and yeah, after that, it's amazing. Um the story is just like Sing 2 is there in a group of animals. They were singing in the auditorium, and then they suddenly want to go big, so they have to go to uh, I, f- I forgot what the city is called, but it's like Las Vegas. And to get big, they have to perform there. And it was a really emotional ride because you get to see how the business works over there, how the companies react, how the managers at the top take care of the people on the bottom of the workers. And yeah, there were a lot of good singing numbers in this film. I love most of the songs. Well, the songs are from the old songs, but I like them how they sing it, and I like the dancing, the choreograph. The animation was wonderful. The entertainment that does the animations, Universal kills it in animation. Like you can never complain about the animation. It's crisp, colorful, vibrant. Like that's all you expected from them, and they delivered. And then let's see. Uh, what can I say? The ending wraps up perfectly. Everybody gets together, and yeah, you just gotta go see it yourself. Um, I can't talk much about the spoiler because like there's so much in my head about it. Like the side stories is awesome, the characters is awesome. Um, yeah, and Sing 2, you know what? Sing 2, I was about to give it a 9 out of 10. Actually, I'll stick with a 9 out of 10 for Sing 2. Yeah, Sing 2 is a 9 out of 10. Go see it if you have a chance. Universal kills it. Uh, I guess that's it for part 2 of this review. And yeah, I'll see you in part 3 soon. And yeah, that's all the reviews I have currently to finish for spoiler reviews. Um, yeah, that's about it. Okay, see you for part 3. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, more content coming. Bye bye.